Okay. Yeah, so good morning, children. Suddenly I feel like it's a classroom only. Come. Okay. Daniel will lead us with some singing. Maybe one or two choruses. And then we'll begin. Come. Did you start with prayer? No, no. Okay. Yeah. Start with prayer.
Let's all heads and gracious Father in heaven, we thank you for this opportunity to come together and to learn about your word, Lord, as we prepare our hearts to listen, pray that you edify us and free our souls so that we can go out and live in times. Thank you for all the word. We pray for those who come in, to let you be blessed. We ask this in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Start with a pastor's song. Everyone knows Lord and Lift Your Name on high. I'm sure all of us have something to be thankful for this week. So the next song we'll sing is Give Thanks. Keep that in mind what you're thankful for.
Thank you, Daniel. So friends, thank you for coming, and as we continue, last week we were not able to meet, but thank you for coming again. And I hope that last introduction, something is there in your mind. Remember the 3 concentric circles, no? Okay, today also we're going to do something similar, okay? What we're going to do is, in the same aspect, in the same topic, today we're going to do about gender identity. Now, gender identity, um, now you all have your identity, right? There's no doubt about it. So each and every one of us, we have our identity. And we have the others, identity of others also, correct? So our relationship, when you talk about love and relationships, it is also an acceptance of identities, correct? Without affirming your identity and without affirming others' identity, there is no relationship. And for an emotion as love, even hate also, if you take the opposite of love, it's hate. So the whole aspect of how you relate to each other in the whole context of who you are and who others are, that's where everything falls into place. If you want to hate someone, what will you do? What do you do if you want to hate someone? First thing is, you affirm why you want to hate them. You look for the reason, what you don't like in them, right? So for love also it's the same thing. Love, hate, it's the same thing, but it's on the opposite sides. So when you're talking about love and relationship, the first and the foremost aspect that we need to understand is your identity. Who are you as a person? You need to understand yourself. You need to understand the other person also. If only when these two happen, there can be a relationship and there can be love also. Otherwise, it's going to be a relationship, but it will be a bad relationship. Yeah, hate. Instead of love, it will be hate. So, a relationship, the way you relate to each other, can either be good or bad, depending on your affirmation of identities. Now, I want you to remember this. Your identity, gender identity and sensitivity. It sounds very technical, but don't worry, it's not very technical, okay? It's basically what we are telling is, what is your gender? Okay, and what is the other person? And how are you affirming your identity? And how are you affirming the identity of the other person? The gender of the other person and their identity, your gender and your identity. Okay, so just keep this. We're just going to do one small exercise. Like last time. Don't worry, it's not like school drill. Okay. Okay, now, what is the common gender idea that we have? Generally, male and female, man and woman. Okay, okay, man. Just put a. Okay. So just like last time, we're going to do a small exercise. What do you think is the identity of a man? What makes a man a man? Beard over? Beard. Nowadays it's all beardos, no? I've been having this beard for 25 years, man. You know? What makes a man a man? Come on. What is that? When Doordarshan, Adam's apple. See, when we were watching Doordarshan, you people won't know. That time one ad used to come. Raymond's can you remember? Raymond's the complete man. See, Tejo remembers. So Raymond's was the complete man. If you wear Raymond's, that means you're a complete man. Okay, let's start. What makes a man a man? I don't know, anything. Okay. So if you say physical attributes, we'll say physical attributes. So, okay, then clothing, generally. Then? Biologically, yeah, the biological. That is very important. What is the sign for men? How is that? Okay, okay. On the top, huh? Okay, then. So for women it will be, how is it? Huh? Correct, huh? On top or down? Correct, okay. I don't know, I'm confused with these symbols sometimes. Okay, what else? Biological then. What makes a man a man? Okay, can a man cry? They can cry. Oh, good, not bad. Emotional. Oh, okay. Then emotions are there. Okay. What else? Maturity. Okay. Then.
A man is judged on his words.
So. No, we'll put it down. It's okay. He's a man. He's talking. So, what can we say? So can you say trustworthy? Trustworthy. Okay, we'll give a word for trustworthy. Okay. Then physically, okay, physical attributes. Okay. What other attributes? Huh?
Men are basically narcissists.
Selfish, okay. How do you spell narcissist? Correct, huh? Narcissist, okay. Yeah. Okay. No, he is telling I have to write, so no choice for me. Okay, then? Too much. No, it's okay. So, guilty, okay. I don't know. You only have to explain. So you're saying blame. So we'll say. So can we say? So can we say take the liability? Okay. Anything else? Little bit space is there. Enough, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Very complex. Yeah, narcissist. No, we haven't come to the other side. I'm still only ego. Egoistic. Okay, egoistic. Okay. Okay, there's some more space for some more points. Let's come to this side now. Okay. What are the attributes of women? Attributes. Emotional. Then? Then?
They are basically defensive because they are oppressed basically. Yeah, they're oppressed because
Okay. 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 Huh? Defense. They offensive. This is offensive. So, can we say childbearing? Okay. Then, what are the attributes for women? Selfless. Okay. Then, multi. Okay. Then, rational. For men, we'll say rational. Women are more emotional. Okay. What drama? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cooking. So multitasking. Okay. Okay, so men are chefs, women do cooking. So no. Women are also chefs. So I'll use the word homemaker. Come, Mom Maria, come. I'll say home. Can I use the word homemaker? Yeah, okay. So homemaker means everything, no? Yeah. Okay. Any other attributes for women? What are the attributes can you think of when it comes to women? Huh? Sorry. Both. Okay. No. Wait. Head of the family, yeah? Here also. Okay. Head of the? That is the underlying, okay. What other attributes can you think of? Huh? No, drama means what? Emotional, no? Shall I say? Okay. I'll say. So, men are rational and women are argumentative. ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಜಗಳಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Not always. They are rational. Okay. I don't know. You'll have to explain. Okay. Any other attributes for women? Okay. Yeah, sacrificial, selfless. Where? Which side? Responsibilities. Okay. Now, for man, what? Provide. Yeah, head of the family, breadwinner. Women also breadwinner. Yeah, because it's there, no? Okay. Now, what we are going to do is, you have the attributes of men, you have the attributes of women. Now, men are also breadwinners, women are also breadwinners. Correct? Mostly men, but even women also. Yeah. So, now we are in a very modern situation where women are also breadwinners. So we remove that. Women are also head of the family. Sometimes head of the family. Man is also head of the family. Okay. Physically strong. Can women also be physically strong? Can men be emotional? Men be mentally strong? No. Men? Yes. Okay. Biology. Okay. Then men cry. Women also cry. Okay, I didn't write it there. Men are emotional. Women are also emotional. Men are mature. Men have maturity. Can men be defensive? Can men biologically? No, they cannot have childbearing. So we leave that. Can men be selfless? Can men do multitasking? No. Sometimes. No. Okay. I don't want to get into a vote. We leave it as it is. Okay. Can women be trustworthy? Can women be mentally strong? Full women power here, man. Yeah. Can women be narcissists? Full sure, huh? Can women take responsibility? Can women be egoistic? Can women be rational? Then, can men be argumentative? Can a man be a homemaker? Can a man be responsible? Okay. So, what do you learn? Finally, only biological. Men, the only role is biological. Not like that. See, the point is, what separates your identity is only your biological difference. Okay. Ultimately, at the end of the day, your difference is only biological. That is the only thing that you can't change. You are born with that. If you are born as a man, you are a man. If you are born as a woman, you are a woman. Now, there is a big talk going on. It's been happening for almost 40, 50 years now. If you raise, in America, it started as an experiment. If you raise a male child, from the birth, if you raise the child as a girl, then the theory is that child will grow up thinking that I'm a girl. Okay, but that's only to some point, till only to a certain stage. And if a girl child is brought up giving the mind that it's a boy, only works only to a certain age, right? All of us, okay, reach a certain age where you become conscious of self, correct? You say, I think by age 10 or 11, that's normally the general age. By 9 or 10 or 11 years of age, the gender identity becomes a biological identity. It's purely biological. That's when a boy or a girl becomes conscious of their biological gender. So 11 years, if you notice now, all of you, till you were 6 or 7 years of age, even boys or girls, they are not conscious. If you see our KG children, LKG, UKG, they don't have the mind as to whether they are a boy or a girl. First standard also, they won't have that mind. But second standard, slowly they'll start understanding. Third standard, fifth standard, you will see a clear-cut distinction where they're very conscious of their identity. It naturally happens. It's a natural process. So this gender identity is basically, ultimately, it's only a biological difference. That's all. Women can have childbearing, men can't. So it's apart from the biological roles, nothing separates you from each other. What men can do, women also can do. What women can do, men can also do. And ultimately, men and women are human beings. We are the same. There's no such thing as men don't cry, boys don't cry, something like that. No, there's nothing like that. Of course, but where are these ideas coming from? That's what we call as construct or social construct. So, like I said, there is this experiment done in the 70s that if you condition the mind of a child saying that you're a boy or you're a girl, then growing up they believe that they are a boy or a girl. That is true to some extent. But at a certain point, when a boy or a girl reaches adulthood, then they understand their biology, they understand their body needs, and they unlearn what they have learned all those years. So one thing that is for sure is you cannot change the biology of a person. Correct? Now, where is the problem? Do we have any doubt in this? Okay. Genesis chapter 1. God made them male and female, man and woman, in God's image. So is God a man or a woman? Very confusing, no? So God, that's the problem with us. When we say God has made us in God's image, we think God is like us. We think God's image is like us. So that's the mistake that we make. What we need to understand is, from our small experiment here, we are not different. It's only the biological. God created you as male and female, but essentially both men and women have the attributes of God in them. That's what the meaning is. Genesis chapter 1. When you say God made the male and female, it doesn't mean God is half man and half woman. No. It means that as a human being, your overall identity is as a human being. Your biological identity is what you are as a man or a woman. So your biological identity only defines your role. But your human identity defines your what? Relationship. What happens if your relationship or love is based only on biological identity? That means it's only a social construct. Man and woman have to get, when a man and woman are of marriageable age, they should get married and they should have kids and they should work and take care of the kids for the rest of their life. What is that? That is what we call as a social construct. Society has moved on wherein we no longer talk about this is what, how old are you? 21, 22, 23. Okay, it's time for you to get married. Society doesn't talk about that anymore. Of course, yeah, they talk. That's there. That is there. It's there. I'm not denying it's not there. But what do you look for in your spouse? Because your biological identity is alone not the criteria for your relationship. So this is where today we try to understand the whole complex understanding of a relationship itself. See, relationship is very complex. So what people do is they conveniently ignore it. It's better not to talk about human relationships. You are married, you are committed to each other, live under one roof for the rest of your life, good or bad. He is your husband, she is your wife. That's it. In the eyes of the society, you should be as husband and wife. That's all. How you are in your home, how you are to each other, that nobody is bothered about. But Genesis chapter 1, the creation itself, I think has a lot of social implications of how we are connected to others. Because if God wanted man and woman to just be in a social construct, then God would have said, just to get married, multiply, and that's it. But what is the word that is used here? Be? Does it say only multiply, or what is the word before that? Can you remember? Be fruitful and multiply, right? So, very often, marriage or relationships are taken only in this context. Why do you get married? To have kids, that's all. Correct? No. After marriage, if you don't have kids, they'll say something is wrong with you. So, our problem is we are so caught up with the social construct that we are not able to think beyond it. This is how men should be. This is how women should be. This is how men should dress. Clothing. This is how women should dress. So, ultimately, you wear clothes which suits your body, which keeps you comfortable. Ultimately, right? Now, since we are in a Christian context, for us, it's very easy to talk about it. What if, we had rules like other religions saying, this is how men should be, this is how women should be. Would you like that? Would you like a segregated community? No. What will happen? No, it's good, no? See, actually, if you look at it, some churches, when you say youth fellowship, men and women don't come together. Have you seen that? Tejo will know because his father was a senior, is a senior pastor in a diocese. Some churches, they don't allow men and women, young people to come together. You know why? Because why? ಕೆಟ್ಟಿಡುವಾಗ ಕೆಟ್ಟೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು they will become pairs. No, this is a real problem, you know. No, you tell me in the church today, even in our church, how many young girls are not coming to youth fellowships because their parents feel that if they come to the youth fellowship, they will link with someone else, they will get connected to someone else, and that is bad for them. No. So the whole problem is because we have always thought of if a boy talks to a girl, that means the only intention is to get married. That's how it is. If you tomorrow, you know, now. So if Suhas, for example, if I see him with some girl going on the bike, that means the first thing that people will say is, oh, they both of them must be a pair. And if they don't get married, so the whole problem is that our social construct is telling us this is what you have to be. If a boy wants to talk to a girl or a girl wants to talk to a boy, then the only purpose is to get married. Other than that, they should not talk to each other. So you tell me what happens after marriage? They will not talk. They will not talk, right? Fighting. So the whole understanding of love and relationship is to move beyond your biological self. Okay? And you move beyond the social construct. And then only you're able to understand the fruitfulness of a relationship. Now, how can a relationship be fruitful? How do you understand the word fruitful? Good for me. What is good for me or good for both, right? Yeah, that is why any relationship is a bad relationship if it is only a one way. If only one partner is benefiting and the other one is not benefited, that means it's a bad relationship. Now, it's acceptable in a social construct. Why? Okay, if you are an Indian woman, whatever the husband tells, you have to sacrifice. For the rest of your life, women have to sacrifice. And man can do whatever he wants. Society will not ask them. Is it right? Definitely not right. No?
Otherwise, also there are a lot of things that they also don't tell. So they also sacrifice a lot of things, but inside, it will definitely be shared with their spouse.
Yeah. No, that's where the relationship. Yeah.
About men also being sacrificed.
Correct. That's again a social construct. But the whole point is, in a relationship, both people or both parties need to understand and complement each other. That is the whole point. So, when does this happen? When do you actually start coming out of this? When do you start understanding your biological identity? Of course, that happens in of 10 or 11 or 12, that age during puberty. And then after 30, you start understanding the social construct. This is how men and women are. And then when you reach adulthood, you completely ignore this fruitfulness of your life and you focus only on getting married and multiplying, that's all. So, always, a relationship always should be fruitful. Now, we'll do one more last exercise and we'll wind up for today. Now, coming to a very, very serious problem. Now, biologically, okay, I wouldn't say problem, but I'm just curious to see how you understand this. Okay, a biological man and a biological woman, right? Now, can a man who's biologically a man, can he say, I am mentally a woman? Is it possible? No.
If they have the bottom like that, I think.
Okay. Okay. Now, a woman also, who is biologically a woman, can she say, mentally, in the mind, I'm a, no, really?
They can say whatever they want, but it does not make them, does not transform them to be a gender.
Yeah, but what, see now, yeah, that's what they do now. For example, a man says that I feel like a woman, I want to dress like a woman. What will you do? How do you reason with that? He feels comfortable dressing like a woman. He feels comfortable. He feels if I wear a man's dress, I feel uneasy. Similarly, a woman also, she feels that wearing a woman's clothing is very difficult for her, and she is more comfortable with a man's dress.
Actually, whatever you desire does not mean it's right. So we can have a lot of desires, but to do wrong things doesn't
Yeah, becomes right. But if a person is inclined to do that, for example, any biology students here? Biology, yeah, blessing. What is the chromosomes, man, for man? Huh? XX. What are the chromosomes? Huh? XY. Okay. Now, in men who are biologically men, supposing they have a Y chromosome, is it scientific? I'm asking you. Yeah. XXY, yeah? Double, okay. This is for woman, huh? Oh, this is XXY. Correct. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this will be XX X. Okay. No. Okay. Now this chromosomes, and I'm not a biology student. I was a student in school, that's all. After that I took over with arts. So my knowledge of chromosomes is only limited to 10th standard. Okay. So supposing there is some biological defect, I wouldn't like to use the word defect, but there is something biologically wrong with a person in the way that their biological makeup is different from a normal man. Whom do you blame? But what if they, for a person who has a different set of chromosomes, it's a scientific fact. There are people with different chromosomes, and they will behave differently because of they don't want to, but they have to behave like that because biologically they are made like that. So how do you reason with that? Secondly, for women also, because of a biological difference in their chromosomes. But again, this comes back to the biology only. Okay? So if a person is biologically different, again, then it's part of nature. Then by nature, that person is like that. You can't help it. But again, another problem is coming to social construct. This is as far as biology is concerned, okay? I don't know, you're all experts, so I'm relying on what you're saying. So biologically, X and Y is man. No, XX is man, X and Y is woman, okay. Now in the social construct, what are the two kinds? How do you spell this? HET? Okay. And now there's a third one also. Is this purely a biological construct or a social construct? Because I have written it as social, but do you think it's a social construct? Yeah. So where is the problem now? Where is society confusing these two? So if one of my friend has a biologically, if he is different, if she is different, then I have to accept him or her as he or she is. But in a social construct, to be a heterosexual or a homosexual or a bisexual, this is now becoming a very, very big construct, social construct, right? So to be homosexual sometimes is more political. In some countries, now most countries in the world, at least Europe and America, they are trying to amend laws so that there is no discrimination, right? LG, what is that? LGBTQ plus. Plus includes anyone else, right? Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer. We were only aware of queer earlier, but now LGBTQ and plus. Okay. So just to conclude, we are going to dwell on this next. We'll continue with this next. So, Clarence, when do you want to meet next? Next Sunday? Okay. Now, I just want you to keep this thought going, okay? You have your gender. You are who you are. You are made biologically. God has made you as a biological person. You are what you are. But what is important is how you affirm your identity and make sure that your identity doesn't disturb others. It doesn't come in the way of others' identity. Okay, so next week what we are going to do is, I'm going to deal with something more, it may be a little, you might not know about most of it. Like for example, we are going to deal about feminism. Okay, the feminist movement. That is one aspect of it. Okay, yeah, much needed, huh? Yeah, that you decide next week after we finish our talk. Okay, and then we are going to also talk not just about feminism, we are going to talk about equality. And we are also going to talk about how, in the whole context of gender sensitivity and gender identity, how you are able to affirm the whole process of relationships based on your role, not only in your families, church, but also in the society. That we are going to see next week, and we'll wind up with that. Okay. So, any doubts? Yeah. Yes, Richard.
So if like this is more like a Christian question. So like if I was in this sense with Genesis 1:1, like you said, man, how would I understand what the Bible says about that and frame myself in my head?
Yeah.
And also my own biological identity because it
Yeah. Correct. I think in the Acts of the Apostles, how many of you have read about the, yeah, okay, you read about Ethiopian eunuch. Now, who is a eunuch? I mean, it's a very, the word might seem a little hard to you. Am I taking time? It's 11:42. It's okay. Okay. Now, who's a eunuch? Someone who is castrated, either forcefully or willfully. Okay. So, a man who has his genitalia removed, surgically removed, not circumcision. This is completely removing the male reproductive organs. It's a complete surgical removal where a man does not biologically perform as a man anymore. He cannot qualify himself to be a biological man, at least in the terms of a biological sense. But he still continues to be a man because physically he is still a man. He has not changed his appearance. He cannot have childbearing. A eunuch cannot become, just by castration, cannot suddenly have childbearing. Because that's something that is inbuilt, hardwired into a man or a woman. So, this tradition of men being castrated, it has been a very age-old tradition. Cultures, the Mesopotamian culture had it, Babylonian culture had it, Assyrian culture also had it, Egyptian culture also had it. Even in Europe also, in the medieval times, it was followed. young altar boys who are about 8 or 9 or 10 years of age, before they attain puberty, they would castrate them so that their voices are not broken. For me and all, after 10 years, 11 years, my voice, now I can't sing. Oh, sorry. I don't know who is this A. Babu. Okay. Yeah. So what they would do in the medieval times is, if it's not working, just leave it. So what they would do is a 10-year-old boy, before he attains puberty, to maintain his voice, to maintain that, Daniel, what pitch, man, for to get that highest pitch, because women could not sing in the choir that time, in the medieval times. What is that? Soprano, alto, soprano, alto, then tenor and highest, alto, tenor, bass. Okay. So to have a female voice to sing the highest pitch, only women can sing that. So they would castrate young boys so that they maintain that pitch. Now such children who are castrated, they would be excellent singers. Even in their mid 30s or mid 40s, they'll have a voice which is not like you and me, because their voice is cracked. But how? But just because he goes through that does that make him or her or that man, does it make him less of a man in any way? Just because he is castrated, does that strip him of his honor as a man? No. That castration happened for some reason, for some purpose. But the dignity of a person never leaves them. Even though the biological element is missing, the dignity of a person still remains. Now I'll come to something more contextual, something that you can easily understand. We said childbearing is for women, right? What happens in our culture if a woman cannot be able to bear a child? What will the society say? They'll blame the barren. Allah. And so much of taboo is attached on the woman because she cannot bear a child. Why? Because same thing. If a woman cannot fulfill the biological duty of childbearing, that means a woman is not a woman at all. They will not be invited for weddings. They will not be invited for blessings. They will not be invited for any happy occasions because they are considered as a curse. Can you give me an example in the Bible? Sarah. So Sarah and Abraham, no? Sarah was always, she was childless. We don't use the word barren anymore, childless. And then when she is with child, that is when people also accept her. That is one. John the Baptist, Zechariah and Elizabeth. So these are few examples where the Bible is always affirming the identity of a person. Just because a man is not physically a man doesn't mean that person does not need any honor or respect. Just because a woman cannot have children doesn't mean that that woman should be devoid of any respect. Because our spirituality is very strongly connected to our gender identity, whether we like it or not. Spirituality is not just about coming to church, praying and going back. If you come to church, you pray as a man. If you come to church and pray, you pray as a woman. You come to church with your true self, with who you are, right? That's what we say. Just as we are, we come to God. So you come to God as you are, and that's where you receive God's grace and you move forward because you need God's grace. That is the whole point of religion and spirituality for us. So what happens is, in that aspect of us being accepted by God, we also accept one another. If I come to church and I say, thank you God, I am a complete man, Raymond's man. I don't have any fault in me. Thank you God, I am a beautiful woman. Like Aishwarya Rai. I don't know. We grew up seeing Aishwarya Rai and Sushmita Sen. I don't know who are the heroines now. They all look the same to me, by the way. I can't make out the difference. No, so the point is, you, each of you, you have your identity, and in accepting, when you find acceptance in God's presence, you accept each other. And that is the acceptance is the core of any relationship, and love is the basis of that. Okay? So next week, just keep your thoughts on this. Sorry, I took a little bit time, but any other doubts? Don't ask doubts in so long. Good. So thank you, friends. Thank you for your input. I hope it's not getting too boring. No, huh? No. Next week will be more boring. No. Good. Okay. Yeah. Over to you, Clarence. ಇದು ರಾಮಣ್ಣ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಪ್ಪಮ್ಮ